That's the power of learning the Dharma, listening to the Dharma, and practicing this recitation meditation. Think of it, today's phrase a day. Anger begins with thoughtlessness and ends in regret. So if we hadn't done this recitation meditation today, or if we didn't know Buddhism, we wouldn't necessarily be aware that anger does begin with thoughtlessness and ends in regret. So that's the rare blessing of having the bond with the Buddha and exposing ourselves to the Dharma so we can constantly practice and practice wisdom, the paramita of wisdom, and refrain from doing things or saying things that we will regret and bring suffering upon ourselves. So, good job, everyone. And now we're going to read this story from Unshakable Spirit. Today's story is number 61. Reliable Beauty. Shakyamuni's lecture to a young beauty. Jetavana Vihara, a renowned temple in India where Shakyamuni Buddha taught, was founded by a wealthy man named Anathapindara. In time, Anathapindara married his only son to a beautiful girl, one so lovely that she was known as Sujata. But Sujata was so caught up in her own beauty that she felt she had done the family a favor by marrying into it, and so turned a deaf ear to everything her husband and parents in law said. In desperation, Anathapindara and his wife turned to Shakyamuni, whom they had long revered, for help. Please, they begged, do something to improve her attitude. Shakyamuni was deeply sympathetic to their plight. Early the next morning, he set off for Anathapindara's residence with a large number of his disciples. Everyone else came out to greet the visitors respectfully, but Sujata alone remained in an inner chamber and perversely refused to come out. Shakyamuni read her mind and, with his mysterious power, changed all the walls of the house to glass. Sujata was caught by surprise. She had thought no one would find her hiding in an inner closet, but suddenly she was visible from all directions and could no longer stay hidden. She came running out and knelt before Shakyamuni, who spoke gently to her. Sujata, no matter how beautiful a woman's face and figure may be, if her heart is corrupt, she is hideous. Shiny black hair one day turns white, and pearly teeth fall out. Faces grow wrinkled, limbs lose their mobility, and that's not all. Once the wind of transience has blown over us, our form changes into a dreadfully pitiable state. What is there to be proud of in such a body? Don't you think it's more important to strive instead to become a woman with a beautiful heart, one whom everyone holds dear? Then he spoke with her at length about the 7 different types of wives in the world and asked, which type do you want to be? Sujata was thoroughly penitent and became a model of womanhood for later ages. And with peace and harmony restored, Anathapindara's family prospered all the more. Okay, very good. Yeah. So this story is kind of self-explanatory about how, yeah, it's good to pay attention, obviously, to our outside appearance because we live in a society with other people. If we don't brush our hair, if we don't take shower regularly, people get disgusted by us. That's unkind. And as a practitioner, we try to constantly practice kindness or consideration for other people. What would they feel if they see us the way we are? That's consideration and kindness. And however, if we only pay attention to how we look, or how we smell and things like that, and we forget to cultivate inner beauty, then that superficial beauty loses its significance too, because it will repel a lot of people, maybe worse than a bad smell and disheveled hair. It might be even worse. So in Buddhism, we constantly cultivate the good qualities: consideration, compassion for others, patience, wisdom, and that inner beauty is it's the scent of that dharma through us. It travels much further and can bring happiness and peace to a lot more people. So Buddha, used this teaching of 7 kinds of wives or husbands, and in order to encourage Sujata to find out which one she's like and how she can improve herself. So Buddha said there are 7 kinds of partners. The first one is like a murderer, the one who constantly hates their partner and there's no kindness in their heart, and they're always lusting for others. That's the first one. The second one is a partner like a thief, taking families' possessions, and yeah, and oh yeah, sorry, maybe this one is the one lusting for others. And then the third one is like the partner like a boss, because this partner's words are very harsh and fierce, rude and unkind. And the fourth one is a spouse or partner like a mother, very caring and kind, gentle. And the fifth one is like a sister who shows a lot of respect to her elder siblings or elders. And the sixth one is a partner like a friend, delighted to see her spouse, like as if when you're reunited with a long lost friend. So always happy to be with your partner. And the seventh one is like a servant. So a partner who is always serving uh, the other half and their other half, and they practice a lot of patience. They practice a lot of patience. So yeah, so in this way, Buddha asked Sujata, "Which one are you?" And maybe she identified as the one that was like a murderer or a thief, constantly take without giving back anything, no contribution, nothing, and also bringing harm and distress and agony to the family members and people around. So once she realized her image so lowly and unkind, she, thanks to the Buddha's virtue, she decided to have a transformation, turn the corner, and change her life. Yeah, and Anathapindada is very famous in Buddhism. So these stories remain with us today to illuminate our path towards happiness that does not abandon us. So good job, everyone, for being here and practicing together. And today's Tuesday. We're going to have the women's group, monthly women's group at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And have a wonderful Tuesday, everybody. Bye.